Hi and welcome to Not So Christian Brothers. We are two brothers. One of us is Christian, one of us isn't. I'll leave
Guess
you
which.
to discern.
Guess which you win a prize.
Guess which is a surprise, but I'll bless you on the way in and the way out of this podcast.
And I'm flipping the bird.
I'm Justin Caffrey and he is...
Colm Hayes.
So thank you.
Yeah.
But listen, before you go any further, I want you to just pause for a second because this is incredibly important.
It's not the Angelus.
We're going to do the Angelus afterwards,
Yeah.
and for our non-Irish listeners, that means at 6 o'clock every day in Ireland, everything stops and we all pray for 1 minute. But not that. What I want you to do is to make sure that this show can continue, because right now, only 7% of the people who watch the show actually subscribe. And I need you to do us a solid and get those numbers up. It makes a big difference. It takes you 5 seconds. So please press the subscribe button now, whatever platform you're on. If you like the show, give us a review. 5-star reviews. Please, please, please. But anyway.
We're under huge pressure legally.
We're still being pursued by Dire Straits for the previous podcast, and we need to pay our lawyers. So please subscribe and like.
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
There you go. So this is our week, really, isn't it? St. Patrick's. It became St. Patrick's Day, then it became St. Patrick's Week, then it became St. Patrick's Festival. God bless Port Falchu. Rebecca, were you going to ask us a question, or will we just roll on St.
No,
Patrick?
I'm going to
Should we do
ask
like
you.
a little-
Oh.
River dance. Yeah.
No,
Jesus,
you're
that's
not
very-
wearing the right boxers for that.
So again, if you want to pop over to YouTube, you'll see Justin there, looking like a 12-year-old who's in the queue trying to get into the toilet.
Hands were very straight. Okay, this is the show that we're going to talk about Irish culture, the meaning of Patrick's Day.
Wow.
People hate Paddy's Day.
Hey, St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day. So Protestant, huh? Oh
my God.
The meaning of Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But my question is not related to all things green.
St. Paddy.
My question is related to, and this is a nice one, I think, for a change, because usually I try and dig.
Oh, okay.
What was the happiest time you guys, or the most fun you two have had together?
In Ireland.
No, you two, Justin and Colin, together. What is the most fun you've ever had?
I definitely have a good memory of that.
Oh, no.
Like, wee your pants funny.
So we were once asked to go and help one of our siblings who lived in another country.
Oh, yeah.
And we were sent out to be the responsible adults to provide support and guidance. And we went on the absolute tear for 3 days and ended up trying to get into a nightclub at 3 o'clock in the morning, being refused. And we claimed that we were BBC documentary, and we were making a documentary, and they bought it. I mean, we didn't actually have a camera or producers or anything.
Yeah.
But we got into the VIP section of this particular nightclub, and that was great fun. Actually, that was a really good 3
crack,
days.
Yeah, and we didn't help the sibling at all. Not in the slightest.
No.
At all. Actually, we had a bit of crack there last year as well when we went to Spain.
That was really good as well.
What was the name of that town? Palamos. Yeah. And you never went on the holidays with us when we were kids because you went around. Or maybe you were, but we just didn't have enough room in the car. But
Kevin!
Yeah. Because we used to go every summer. We'd go somewhere around the country. But I think then we all moved down and you got the good holidays. You went away. You went away to Spain and shit, you know?
Hold on a second.
I went to Sligo.
I went to Spain because our brother was there.
Okay, yeah.
And I wasn't actually doing anything except, being there. My parents were old. I generally went to see cathedrals with them.
Yeah.
That was the sum total of it.
Why he's so religious.
So I think in terms of your outcomes, you guys had family holidays. I had misery.
There was a couple of times as well. Oh, here's a great story. There was a couple of times I went over to Justin when he was living in London, when he just moved in. And I'd go over for the weekend because I was doing some business over in London as well, which I obviously can't get into at the moment. Yeah. But, and you were just new then. I remember we were out, this is when Justin drank, we were out the night before and had too many, but okay the next day. And I'd rented a car. I don't know why I rented a car in London, but we couldn't find the airport.
No, we were in my car.
Oh, was it? Sorry, that's right.
Yeah, because you were going to the airport to go home.
I was just wondering why was I in a car. We were going to London City Airport.
Yeah.
And you couldn't find it.
Yeah, but because you see, because your little colloquial Dublin little head, you came to London thinking, "Oh, you're so stupid. Why can't you find the airport?" You know, first of all, most people don't ever drive to London City Airport. So you chose at that stage to fly out of an obscure airport.
But it's great to fly into because
you needed me to give you a lift there. So the purpose of the story is to take the piss out of me for not getting you to an airport.
It's just down the end of the river.
Yeah.
Like it's on the river. Follow the river.
Yeah,
you know?
There isn't a road that just runs along the river, yeah? It's not like a towpath that you drive on in London.
I was delayed by about 8 hours and I had to fly to Stansted, which thankfully he found that airport. Yeah.
Don't you find it interesting, because we're talking about all things St. Patrick's Festival, which is very booze-fueled, we know that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Don't you think it's interesting, and this is interesting for you, Justin, that
Okay.
your two happiest moments and fun moments together are actually fueled by drink? And as someone who doesn't drink, I think that's really interesting. It doesn't mean anything, but I'm just saying it is interesting to me because you obviously, it brings out a side in us, right? That's a bit flahoolic and a bit like, I think it's quite powerful that you, together as brothers, it kind of maybe got rid of some of the shackles or some of the stuff that you have and you could just enjoy yourselves together. But that's fascinating to me.
I disagree.
Oh,
Okay.
good man. He's in. He's back.
I would say unquestionably, I don't have a problem having fun without drink. He is yet to come to that side of the equation.
I think that's wrong. I enjoy a drink. Clearly, as we mentioned, I've been off it for a while since this morning. It depends which morning. But no, I can. But sure, look, I'm at the best crack ever when I'm on the radio in the morning. Do you think I'm drinking on the radio?
Well,
Don't answer that.
Don't answer that. But I actually like that Colm mentioned Spain, where you weren't drinking last year, and that was a good time.
You were
to go.
drinking. I wasn't drinking in Spain. I mean, look, I haven't drank in 10 years. But I think. Look, one thing when I stopped drinking, I was able to realize, God, I actually have great crack without drinking. But I think you have to go through that kind of metamorphosis to go, okay, I can go on without it. Can I just say,
You do actually. You have to. And I feel I went through that about midday today.
can I just say that there was also one time when you came to London and we went to the Ministry of Sound. Do you remember that?
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, my God. So I was dealing with MTV, finished doing some business with them, went to the Ministry of Sound, said to Jay, meet me at the Ministry of Sound. He came straight from work and he was brought in. So we were up in the VIP area, but he was in a suit in the Ministry of Sound and everybody thought he was an undercover cop.
Or a priest, Ministry of
No,
Sound.
he looked like a bad undercover cop.
No, a well-dressed undercover.
Well-dressed
It's a very
undercover
nice
cop,
suit.
yeah.
I mean, better suit than most undercover cops probably wear.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I also had like a long trench coat on as well. And so a lot of people kept moving around the place every time I
did,
went near
yeah.
them because they
It's
thought I was
mad.
going to shake them down for drugs.
Good old club. God, you really shook it up in that suit on the floor, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But listen, it's Paddy's Day, or this is our Paddy's Day special, right? And I always think as well, for me, when I went to London when I was 19, I didn't really know what I was going to encounter, but I actually realized, and it was like a moment of shock and awe that being Irish was actually becoming good and sexy
Trendy,
and interesting and trendy. Like it was 93, I think. And everything Irish was just starting to get it going. I think Riverdance was that year.
Okay, yeah, it was around that year. Yeah.
And all kind of, having an Irish accent suddenly
Celtic
became
Tiger.
a thing.
Yeah.
The Celtic Tiger, yeah. That was all going on here. I left that behind.
Right.
But so I found that really interesting.
So you're saying you got more action because of that? Would you go, oh, Jesus, you look at the state of you, young one. Aren't you fantastic? Come on back to me, little flash. Yeah.
I could not believe the reality of interacting with women and having this accent then. Because,
that accent now?
Well, no, my accent probably then was a bit more kind of Dublin, I suspect. But I imagined, and you're in Dublin. I'm trying to chat up women before I leave. I'm 18, 19 years of age, and it's like no. And then I went to London, and I was like, "All right, how are you?" And they'd be going, "Oh,
why didn't you ring me?"
Well, I wasn't going to share. I was busy.
But I was very busy. But isn't it, they do say when they do this accents around the world, and especially in actors and that sort of stuff, the Irish come up very, very high. So you've got the Liam Neesons, the Jamie Dornans, the Colin Farrells, and the Irish accent is now, and obviously now the Mescals, blessed, even the female Irish accent, Jessie Buckley, that it's, it's a really, I often think, so when we were thinking we were coming along here, obviously doing this on Patrick's, that for such a small island, I know it's said 100 times, but for such a small island, we've done incredibly well, If you think we're like 100 years independent, if you look at the media, if you look at film, if you look at music, cultural, artistic, we've punched way above our weight, which even business-wise,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Like so badly.
Terry, make sure you fix that bit.
What is that? Okay. No, I need to go.
I just have a poem instructor. Okay, sorry, guys.
We are punching so. You don't hear as many great artists from Iceland, except Björk. We are definitely, as a small little island, culturally punching way above our weight, and also we're everywhere.
Yeah, but I also think our ability to communicate is huge, right? I found in England that was a real benefit as well.
Right.
I think the English can take an awful long time to say things because they use, and this is no slant against the English per se.
I go for it anyway.
But, I do think there's a lot of sorries and apologies and people to get the words out, right? Whereas we tend to cut to the chase quite quickly. Yeah. And we have a very nice vernacular. We're very it's pleasant to the ear. So I think in business and that side of the world, we're able to communicate really well. Like I found what was really interesting too was that when I went to London, English people rate each other so much around what school you went to, where you grew up, what your postcode is, are you lower class, middle class, upper class, higher class, all these classes.
Yeah.
And then for Irish people, we kind of sail below the radar. You just rock up there and nobody can actually pigeonhole you and you can do really well. So I think...
Because they can't pigeonhole your accent then.
No.
They're not going to say, oh, you're clearly from Kerry or Laois. Do they have an accent in Laois?
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? They're not able to they just go, that's an Irish accent. Wow, that's really nice,
And I think it was also helped by the fact that, our mother, who we love dearly, used to beat the back legs off us with, what?
She was asking for you recently.
Yeah.
I showed her a picture.
But we were schooled heavily in elocution, right? She was always about P's and Q's and them there, these and those, and all that kind of good stuff. Which meant then that I think we also had this kind of it's relatively nondescript accent.
Yeah,
right? It was never really
certainly
strong
wasn't
Dublin,
Northside,
strong anything. So it travels really well too.
No, I get that. And I think, look, I know we were talking about the booze earlier on, and we're talking about, that the fun-loving Irish, the fun-loving chieftains. But I think around the world, we have that. People do like the Irish. And we found this years ago when we went away with my friend Kieran, Kieran Sinead, that in Dublin Airport, we would always buy a lighter with the Irish flag on it. So wherever you went, and you went into the middle of France, because we'd travel around there with the kids, and you go into a bar, you'd order something, and you could see them looking at you, go, Anglais. And then you'd put the lighter going down, no, Irlandia, and it'd be, there's... They would change, seismic change because you're Irish, and that happens. Again, I'm sure
I hate the GAA jersey stuff going away.
No, that really freaks me out when you're away on holidays.
Yeah.
And somebody's walking past in the Dublin.
And that's like, okay, I probably don't even wear this normally, but I'm putting it on now because I want to make a statement.
Yeah,
I don't like that, but I do.
I don't even wear a jersey, football jersey ever. I don't get that at all. But anyway, that's me. I'm just such a well-dressed man. Carry on, please.
Timu, don't do football jerseys.
Thanks, Terry.
But I do think that the accent travels well. I do think people like the Irish. I think we have a place in the world.
Yes.
But equally, are we also just a bit annoying though too, right? Because
I have never in all my travels around the world ever met anybody of a different nationality that said, "Oh Jesus, the Irish are they're very annoying"? Now, even like, look at the Irish supporters when we go away. Like, we get as drunk as the English supporters, right? But we don't throw chairs at people. We give chairs to people to sit down, or we hug their mothers. Like, there's this. Now, why is?
Sorry, that's not true. There's loads of resorts in Mallorca at the moment trying to get Irish and English tourists out. There's loads of issues.
Not as many Irish, but I'm saying Irish supporters, soccer supporters.
We have pretty bad ones too.
No, Irish soccer supporters are known around the world that there's never an issue, there's never a problem. You name me whatever fight or whatever right they've ever been in any games, and they haven't.
Am I putting them in with the Brits then?
And they're voted as the best football supporters, like in the last European Cups and then the previous World Cup. But why is it we get drunk and we get okay, and the Brits get drunk and they throw a chair at you?
Well, I always felt like when I lived in England that there was a culture to binge drink, so they would drink to like excessive levels,
right?
And I think that kind of tends to bring on this.
We sort of tip along from early morning.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're just constantly slightly tipsy,
tipping along,
but never fully hammered.
Yeah,
and I think that definitely helps. But also, think about voices and accents and everything else. Like, if you look at things like, Ryan Tubridy and Graham Norton and Terry Wogan, voices in the UK, Irish accents have forever. Like Eamon Andrews.
God, when you think about Eamon Andrews,
it goes back quite some way. And even like for the likes of Eamon Andrews and Terry Wogan, they were successful at a point in time. When am I boring you? Or you just
no? I was just looking about something about the Irish.
Can I just get producer? Can I just reset that? He was actually scrolling on his phone.
I was scrolling something about the Irish on the phone.
No, stay in the pro.
If he hasn't got his notes ready and he's coming into the show unprepared, that's not on.
Oh, says Mr. Scroller. Hang on. Go on. Sorry. No, you're making. I
can't believe you're not even Jen and you're scrolling.
It's fine. He was making you're making a very relevant point about.
And I was talking about your industry. Like, I was teeing you up here.
Terry Wogan, Eamon Andrews, Graham Norton. You mentioned all those.
Ryan Tubridy.
Yeah. And listen, there's more than that. There was a guy who did breakfast radio for years in Birmingham. Was it Simon D or something? He was Irish. You go to South Africa, one of the biggest talk show hosts in South Africa.
Johnny Robbie.
Yeah, is Irish.
From here, Greystones.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, there you go.
I'm very good friends with his son who was at my wedding.
There you go. You go across to a lot of the talk stations in the States as well, and the Irish, and I don't think it's just necessarily the accent as well. It's exactly what you're saying. I think it's the way they can deliver their speech, their broadcast, and they're just. But there's a softer, gentler, like Terry Wogan's voice was like, it was like gold, liquid gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love Terry. Like Terry Wogan in the morning, I used to listen to him. You just feel like the world is okay, even if it was bombs dropping in your head. You're like, Terry, is everything all right?
That's another bomb. Should we be all right anyway? And Mary from Middlesex says the tomahawk hit me house. Never mind. Here's Gene Vincent. But that he had that beautiful liquid gold, didn't he? He was untouchable in that,
I used to fancy his niece.
His niece?
Jane Wogan. His niece. Jane Wogan lived in Glasnevin when I was a kid.
Did she?
Yeah, she was unbelievably beautiful.
I'm trying to work out how. Why did she live in Glasnevin?
She lived up beside the Autobahn.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, she was stunning. Never really got anywhere. Hung outside her house a few times. That's probably a criminal offence nowadays.
No, in those days it was acceptable. Jane Wogan, I don't think I know her. Is she married, engaged?
I think she married some kind of famous rugby player, I think, in the end. Okay. Not that I'm constantly looking her up on the
internet. Wow, Jane, you dodged a bullet. Anyway.
She's a mama, a journalist, a health and wellness coach, and a personal trainer.
All right, there you go.
Wow. So you're allowed to look at your phone. But
how old is Jane Wogan?
Don't know. I'll DM her now, Justin.
Yeah.
Surely is she not got a Wikipedia page? Doesn't say what age she is.
Don't know, but she's hot.
Yeah. She always was back then. Yeah.
What's her look?
Okay, don't worry about it and move on.
Is she like blonde?
She's brunette. Don't diss the blondes. I hate that you do this every time.
I'm saying,
Beatrice
I'm just wondering, is it a type? I'm comparing him to Beatrice, to his wife.
No, it's not like Beatrice.
I'm saying, is it because we all have a type, don't we?
I've dated an awful lot of blondes.
See, thank you very much. There you go. Okay.
So back to being Irish.
I've dated an awful lot of crazy Northerners.
So in terms of Paddy's Day and celebrating it, right? Rebecca said we're not allowed to talk about what we did, right?
I didn't do anything. I hate Paddy's Day.
Do you?
I like it internationally, but I think what we do, and the Patrick's Day Parade, and then all of the, look at us running up and down. Where are you from? We're the cheerleading team from Springfield, Idaho. And it's like, oh Jesus, aren't you great all the same? And why are you Irish? Because my great grandmother once came here for a weekend. All right then, sure you can vote. And I just it's that thing when you watch the parade on the day on RTE, I actually want to smash the television. I really do. Well, if Trump could just do us a favor just on that day.
I think it's good though to have these people come with their economic dollar, their tourist dollar. We'll take that. We want the money in the country.
But do you not think we go over the top about being Irish and all this and Jesus, look at us and all that, and these bloody cheerleaders? If I see another cheerleader group from Idaho, I swear to God, I just think now. In fairness, years ago, it was worse. Do you remember when we actually did have the worst parades in the world?
Yeah.
And you'd have a tractor going up or a double glazing company, and the mother would be waving from the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
They were great days.
Yeah. But I think now, Paddy's Day parade in Ireland is more like the Notting Hill Carnival. Like I think we don't appreciate what it's
Except
like
without the reggae buzz.
For young people. Now, let's not go anywhere.
I love reggae. Come on.
Just
right.
not
you
this
mention
no.
anything?
We've legal it.
I mention anything from another culture, and you immediately assume it's racist.
What about the one-legged flip-flop wearing?
That's not
tribal?
racist. That's amputeist.
The Italians with the facial disfigurement.
Listen, most of the amazing reggae music can be the cultural reference to it goes all the way back to Irish traditional music. And when we went over, sure, half the guys coming from Jamaica are called McNamara.
Okay. That's not true.
And
That's
Marley,
a stretch.
Bob Marley, he was named after Marley Park.
So we're not doing any cultural misappropriation here by claiming to own Jamaican reggae.
Next week, Colm will be blackface or something bizarre. Like, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, Terry. So go ahead, Notting Hill. Sorry.
So I do think it has that Notting Hill Carnival sense. I do think people want to come from all over the world to be here. I mean, generally, I don't want to be here for that. And I went to London and hung out there for Paddy's Day. But I do think that people have the graw to come here. They want to be part of the action. They think it's happening in this country on that day. And it's the place. It's like going up, whatever, to Mount Everest, right? It's a thing that people go, I did that. I went to Ireland on Paddy's Day and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, generally, it was probably crap.
And it was raining.
And you paid an awful lot of money for your hotel. But, it's Machu Picchu, right? You got your photograph with a fella with a big red beard and a green hat.
And you spent the afternoon being chased by Dahi O'Shea. Oh, where are you from in America? Come on now. No. And prodding you. But yeah, probably is something on the bucket list. Mark off. Morning, Dahi. He's a good friend of mine. I don't know. I just, there's something ick. And then there's the other thing, right? Have you seen the people, firstly, who arrive at sort of 7 o'clock in the morning to get their position, and they bring step ladders?
Oh, God.
Now, they bring step ladders to the Paddy's Day parade. I don't get that at all. And because, firstly, I don't know where they get them from, because you're not allowed to bring a step ladder on a dart. So do they carry them in? Like, imagine just plotting Paddy's Day. Anyone got the step ladder?
But as you talk about step ladders and arriving early and plotting, right, it brings me to Germans because it just reminded me of towels on sunbeds, right?
There it is, yeah. Right. Step ladders on Paddy's Day is the same as towels on sunbeds.
It's the same thing,
actually,
right?
when you say it,
Maybe
it actually
Germans who are coming over for Paddy's Day. Maybe they're putting step ladders on the side of the road. And then they're going back to the bed and they're going, I put that step ladder there.
They're German step ladders. How dare they?
Yeah, maybe they are. But I'm married
to a German. There's no point putting a towel down because they'll be stampeded.
Married to a German. My mother-in-law is German. And my mother-in-law, it loves Irish stuff, right?
Right, okay.
She loves Irish movies and Irish books and Irish folklore. And it's really big in Germany. Like, there's a lot of movies that we'd never actually get to see normally. A lot of Aaron jumpers being worn in these movies.
Yeah.
And I do think that there is a love of Irish culture in places that you just really wouldn't expect it to be. And I think that's because we have something in terms of, I think, a tribal culture, a desire and a happiness of being around each other. Like, I know if I go away with Beatrice and there's German people, sitting beside us or whatever, she's not going to talk to them. And even if she did, she probably wouldn't even speak German to them, right?
Okay.
Because other cultures don't have, where are you from?
Yeah.
We talk to each other all the time, no matter where we are around the world. It's like as if we're all part of a small, secret little club.
We sort of are.
And we talk to each other. And other countries don't have that. It doesn't track for other countries the way it does with us.
But we're a very small country
So
as
that's why
well.
I use that word track. That's kind of down with the kids.
Yeah. But we're a very small country, so if you do meet somebody and you go, where are you from? They go, Kiltyman. They go, oh, geez, I went through Kiltyman. Do you know, such
No,
and such?
don't do that and stereotype. That is not actually true. Anyone listening or watching, Irish people don't know Jack Murphy just because they went
You're Protestant. We're Catholic. You guys oppressed us. We all had to hang out together. We'd nowhere else. We'd no shoes. We'd flip-flops.
Sorry, I'm not British. I'm not British. I'm foreign.
Kind of.
I'm from the West. I'm from Galway.
But you threw us off our land, and all we could do was hang out together in
You're
Kilty
kind of British. I mean, I
do you
think
know
if
the
traced
Murphys
it
of
back.
Kilty
Church of Ireland doesn't mean that I took your land. Sorry, we had more sex and you're still angry.
That's
Move on.
debatable.
We were the Irish Church, and you were Church of Ireland.
But no, I do agree with that. There is that tribal thing with the Irish, and we do. But that's maybe why they go around wearing the jerseys, which I don't particularly like. But that's to signify immediately I'm Irish. Everything's okay. It's like when I'd buy the Irish lighter and put it down on the table. So immediately people will go, well, you're not English. It's such a shame we have to share that stupid language with them.
I think generally, though, you can pick us out. We're pasty, we're generally badly dressed, and we have big potato heads.
Oh, good morning, Leash.
So I do think we stand out. It's quite easy. I mean, often I always remember when you'd be in London and you'd be going past the guys working on the side of the road. You could just see the lads who were still 30 years left the west of Ireland. We always look the same.
There is that. Well, the guys working on the side of the road were either Irish or Chinese, so it was easy to make out who they were, really, wasn't it? The men who built America. But that's the thing as well that you say about how great
Chinese weren't working on roads in London.
Of course they were. Well,
they
before
weren't.
your time. I'm talking about the 70s. But it is good when you go right back and you see no blacks, no dogs, no Irish, right?
Or Chinese.
No, the Chinese are fine.
Famously, the Chinese were built in London in this.
No blacks, no dogs, no. And then you go 3 generations later for when the Irish Labour, then became the guy who ran the company and then became the guy who owned it and built the skyscrapers. That it just, you know what I mean? I mean, we raised the profile of the Irish, the blacks, and the dogs on our own. When you think about it. No, seriously, have you ever thought about culturally, because of the way we raised the perception of who we were right up through society, it also helped a huge amount of other races as well, because they looked up to the Irish and they saw what we could do. Watch the gangs in New York. It's seriously.
Yeah, they were very powerful.
Yeah, they were very powerful. And then they moved, and they became so powerful, like they ran politics in the States, for God's sake, the Kennedys,
And drug cartels.
JFK.
Yeah.
Murdered by the CIA.
So remember that, folks, when you're getting drunk with somebody wearing a Kerry jersey in Lanzarote.
And let's make sure that if you have liked anything that we've said here today, and even if you haven't, please subscribe. Please like, please follow. We are old, decrepit,
Speak for yourself.
and about to be cancelled. So we need the numbers up quickly.
There you go. Oh, yeah, and we'll talk to you on Sunday.